this time in the morning?
I left me spanner under your sink yesterday.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean, oh, yeah?
Well, it just so happens that this time, 8:30 every morning, I'm just in the middle of putting my stockings on.
Is that dead right, love? 8:30 every morning.
Well, don't spread it around, will you?
What's on the menu, love?
Well, I've had a nice cup of tea, a dimple, a good coffee. You help yourself.
You don't think we ought to have breakfast together more often, Mrs. Tanner?
Oh, yes.
Is there any more tea?
Try looking under the teapot lid, love.
Don't think there's enough for you, mate.
You what?
Go on, then. It's not the sort of service you've been used to lately, is it?
What do you mean?
Down in the Great Metropolis.
Oh, we'll get used to it. I see the rest of your clothes have arrived from London.
Yeah, well, I arranged with a friend to have them sent on.
Yeah, I thought you said that you were going to...
You've done your hair different today, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Well, it looks different, sort of thicker and wavier like. It suits you that way.
Thank you very much for those few kind words. You see, I'm not just a pair of crooked seams.
I never said you were, love. You make a lovely cup of tea.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Fairclough. Dennis? Dennis!
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you bring your clothes with you when you came?
I've told you.
Yes, you told me that once you'd made up your mind to come home, you couldn't wait.
Yeah, I just jumped on first train.
But wouldn't it just have been as easy to bring your clothes with you as have them sent on? Or did you jump on that very first train because you couldn't wait to see your poor old mum? Or was there some other reason?
What other reason could there be?
I can't think, but I'm sure there must be one if I could only think of it.
Right, then while you're thinking, I'll up it.
You do that, and don't forget to take your spanner with you, will you?
I'm leaving that here. If I take it, I'll lose my excuse, don't I?
There's something more behind this tender homecoming than meets the eye.
Flipping it, you aren't half suspicious. I don't know why you should be.
I'll tell you why. You know when people have chilblains when they itch when it's going to rain?
Go on.
Yeah. Well, my chilblains itch when I think you're hiding something from it, and they're itching now.
I'd advise you not to scratch them. It's the worst thing you can do.
She seems a very nice girl, but she's come a long way for a little. That young lady's going to rue the day she met Dennis Tanner, mark my words.
Oh, they say love's blind, don't they?
Yes. That is why so few people get the partners they deserve.
Ah, you're right there, Annie. You're dead right. Oh, you're right there, love.
I do wish our Billy could find himself a nice girl.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
Yes, and after all, Joan and Gordon are very happy, aren't they? I mustn't ask too much.
Oh.
It's all according, isn't it?
What is?
All according to the partners they choose. Oh, our Lily knew what she was doing when she chose her will.
Yes, of course. Well, our
They hit it off right from the very word go, did our Lily and her will. And they've never looked back since. Oh, he's a jewel, is that boy. A perfect jewel.
Thanks for the use of the telephone, Mrs. Walker.
That's all right, Mr. Bollard.
Hello, Frank. I forgot you were there.
I hope it wasn't inconvenient.
Ah, you'll get away with it. Any time you like, lad.
Well, it was rather important. I wanted to have items to discuss. Right, I'll see you later. Thanks very much.
Ta-ra, lad.
By gum, that were a bit peculiar, wasn't it?
What was?
Frank Barlow coming in here to use your phone when their Valerie's got one in her saloon.
As long as he pays his coppers.
Happened it was something he didn't want their Kenneth and Valerie to know about.
Hey, have you heard any more about that robbery? Have you come in to buy anything or to get a scoop for your school magazine?
I've come in for a scoop.
Yeah, well, scoop yourself off. Oh, I best not put my hands on there either. Might disturb the culprit's fingerprints.
Haven't you heard anything about the robbery at all?
Only that Mr. Papagopoulos has informed the police.
Oh, well, I guess that for myself.
Well, what do you expect? That they'd come back for another load?
Oh, I'll come in later to see if I've any more information.
Yeah, you do that.
Try.
Oh, cheer up, Miss Nugent. Hey, what kind of sandwiches have you got today?
Cheese and mint. But for all the appetite I've got, they might as well be carbolic soap. Oh, Doreen, who would have thought they were thieves?
Yeah, who?
They were such friendly young men. Such an air of camaraderie.
Especially Fred.
I would never have thought it of Fred.
Me neither. The way that he... Well, I mean, the way that he...
And his manner.
Oh, I'm sure Alf, that other one. I bet he led him astray.
I suppose that's possible.
That Alf, I bet he was the brains behind the whole thing.
Poor Fred.
Yeah?
Are you the two young ladies that witnessed the robbery?
Yes.
Detective Sergeant Shorrock's CID.
Heck, it's thump.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the two men involved.
The two men?
Oh, now, come, ladies, there's no need to be nervous at all. You just describe the two thieves to me in your own words.
Well, one of them, I think I heard him called Alf. He was dark. I'd say he was dark, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Dawn?
yeah, definitely dark. And about that tall, about
yes,
that.
about that. And he was older than the other.
Oh, yeah, definitely older.
And the more dominant of the two.
Yeah,
I
he
thought.
seemed to be the boss.
Well, what was this older man wearing?
A cap.
And a leather jacket.
Yeah, leather jacket.
Oh, so they both wore leather jackets.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I see. Now, can you remember anything else about this older man, this Alf? Any peculiarities?
Well, he had a mole under his left eye.
And sideboards. He definitely had long sideboards.
Ah, well, this is most helpful. Now, I wonder if we can do just as well with the younger man. No? Well, did the older man call him by name as well?
Not that I
think
remember.
he may have done.
But you can't remember what it was.
No.
Oh, never mind. What did he look like?
Well, he wore a leather jacket.
Yes, you've already stated that they both wore leather jackets. Well, how tall was he?
About that tall.
Yes, well, that's not very much help, is it? Was he dark like the other one?
I don't remember.
Can you remember anything at all about the younger man?
Just can't seem to picture him at all.
We don't seem to be much help.
No. We'll see what we can do. Thank you very much, ladies.
Well, you never actually told a lie.
So I brought it home to clean it up and try and put a bit of an edge on it. Hey, are you sure you won't come up to the allotment?
Hey, well, I wouldn't mind.
Well, we've got some tools up there for willing hands in shed and it'll help to get rid of that spare tyre of it, you know.
Hold on a bit. All the same, I think
I
that...
think there are plenty of tummy-reducing jobs here at home if you'd just like to look for them, Jack Walker.
Oh, hang on a minute, will you, Albert?
And you'd better take the torch with you, love. The bowl's gone.
Hello, hello. What are you going to have?
No, let me get it when somebody comes back. You tell me what my dad's up to.
What do you mean up to?
Well, I don't know exactly, but he's up to something. He's making a big secret out of it.
Gee, I've no idea, lad.
You sure?
Quite sure. Why, are you worried?
No, whatever it is, he's far too cheerful about it. It's not like him. Hello,
Okay.
Mr. Walker. Whatever it is.
A rum.
A rum. One rum and a half bitter, please.
I'm afraid Mr. Swindley won't be back from holiday for another week, Mr. Barlow. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I'm afraid not. It's a bit important, you see, but I'll come back and see him later on then. Right. Thanks very much. Ta-ra.
Doreen, we only had 1 dozen of those sequin sweaters, didn't
What,
we?
them that Mrs. Swindley said was wantonly provocative? Yeah, I think so.
1 dozen V-necked sweaters.
You don't bother dialing 999. I'm often not transferring the other half of your stock to mid-vestry.
Hello, Doreen. I want some stockings, nylon.
Oh, which?
By gum, they're going to take the best half, I know.
Well, I haven't quite made my mind up yet. Only with summer coming on, I think I'll plunge.
Lyle.
Sit down there, nylon stockings.
Mrs. Caldwell will take her usual Lyle.
Oh,
in the
but
usual
Tina.
shade. And hurry up and get them wrapped up and paid for sharp. We don't want to be in the next lot of raiders come.
The next lot?
Ooh, well, the word's bound to have gone round that them first 2 men found it easy pickings.
There you are then, Mrs. Caldwell. Yes, that's right.
Thank you. Thank you, love.
Never cast the clout till maybe out. You'll thank me for this, Millie Caldwell.
Can I help you?
Oh, well, I hope so. Have you got any bed jackets?
Yes, we've quite a selection. Any particular colour or price?
Well, something rather nice. It's a present for someone.
We've a nice line in quilted nylon.
Oh, no, wool, I think. It's for someone's grandma.
Well, I don't know whether to have it dyed or get something new for wit.
Oh, be a devil and do both.
Oh, I can't fancy myself blonde somehow.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, have you got anything nice at your place?
Oh, lots of things. Just come round, mention my name, he'll throw you straight out.
Right.
Do we have to talk shop on my half day?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what to do. Pop in one morning next week and I'll give Miss Soul an undivided attention.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Val, I'm sorry about a little do we had a few weeks back.
Oh, forget it.
And I'm glad you and Chris are not still at each other's throats.
Oh, it wasn't as bad as that.
Well, not quite as bad as all that, but I'm glad you made it up just the same.
Yeah, so am I. Try.
Ta. On a recent visit to another town, I saw my best friend's husband with another woman. Should I tell? Whose husband were you with, you flaming old busybody?
Oh, good afternoon. I hope you didn't mind my coming round to the back door.
No, but...
I thought it might disturb Mrs. Mottershed if I used the front door knocker.
Mrs. Mottershed?
Well, you see, Dennis and Mr. Tanner explained all about his grandmother being bedridden, but I guess there'd be someone round the back here just in case she needed something. Is she awake?
Awake?
Mr. Tanner's grandmother.
I'm afraid Mr. Tanner isn't in at the moment, love.
Oh, that's all right. I didn't think he would be. He's probably at home keeping his mother company.
At home?
I just thought I'd come round with this little present for his grandma.
I think you'd better come in a minute, Chuck. I'm very sorry, love, but you won't be able to see Master Dennis's grandma at the moment because she's fast asleep.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know you'll understand me not disturbing her at this time.
Yes, of course.
I mean, they find it a bit difficult to get off again at that age, don't they?
Yes, I suppose so.
However, I've left your present by her bedside.
Oh, I'm sorry to have been such a bother.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, love. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen much of young Master Dennis recently.
Oh, no, well, you wouldn't have. He's been living in London. Lodging with me and my mum, actually.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. Do you know Mr. Tanner well?
Oh, no, not really. You see, I'm just a neighbour. I just pop in to do the tidying up from time to time for Mrs. Mottershed, you see.
Yes, I rather guessed that.
Yes, I don't know any of the relations well.
Oh, she seems to be a constant source of worry to all of them.
All of them?
To Dennis and his parents. Dennis's father is a retired mill owner, you know.
Oh, I'd often wondered.
Of course, they've plenty of room for his grandmother to go and live with them. But she won't move from here, will she?
Well, I really don't know. You see, she keeps herself to herself, as it were.
Seems awful to think of her living here all on her own, when she might be in that big house of his, with her bed at the window, overlooking the lawns and the lily pond.
Yeah, yes, it does seem a shame. Whereabouts is this big house of the Tanners, love?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. Oh, but it's not far from here. It's called Whispering Pines.
Whispering Pines?
It's a pity about his mother, though.
Oh?
She suffers from nervous breakdowns. Dennis says she has them quite frequently.
The poor soul.
Still, she's well cared for. Oh, they've quite a few servants running the place.
That'll make it easier for her, won't it?
Still, I'm sure it's got something to do with Mrs. Mottershed staying here. Must be very worrying for her. But she absolutely refuses to leave this house.
Sentiment.
Yes, I expect that's it.
Mm.
Well, thanks very much for the tea. I just wanted it to be a surprise for Dennis.
Oh, it will be, love. I'm sure it will.
Have you finished that that list yet of the stock, Miss Nugent? I could recite it from memory. I'm dreading what's going to happen when you phone it through to the big chief. You won't be in suspense much longer. Oh, you might have warned me. I've only just made my mind up. We might as well get it over with and know the worst. Oh, this is Miss Nugent speaking, Rosamond Street. Could I speak to Mr. Papagopoulos, please? Thank you. Mr. Papagopoulos, this is Miss Nugent. I've got the list of stolen stock here. Do you want the bulk code numbers, or shall I itemize the articles? Oh. Oh. Yes. Well, whatever did he say? You've gone quite pale. He just pooh-poohed. He what? Pooh-poohed. He seems quite pleased that the stock's been stolen. He says it wasn't selling anyway, and he's got it well insured.
Well, he must have been in the House of the Parliament. I don't know, I'm sure, love. Oh, I'll put it on my list. Oh, hello, I've been waiting for you.
All right.
Yeah, I want to ask you some questions.
What about?
Landmarks of Great Britain. It's for school magazine. Now, which of this lot do you want to tell me about? The Festival Hall, the National Gallery, the Albert Hall, the British Museum, or the House of the Parliament?
You've been smoking heavy, haven't you?
Well, which do you want to tell me about?
I've never been in any of them.
It's all right, Chuck. I'll make him have a nice little think, and then you can come round after. Yeah, all right, then. Try. Now.
Yeah, well, I will have a little think.
Right. Start with Mavis Fox and dear old Mrs. Mottersek.
You what?
Dennis Tanner, your pampered rich mother is going to have one of her frequent nervous breakdowns if she doesn't get a straight answer from her rich pampered son.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why did that girl Mavis follow you all the way from London? What?
I didn't know she'd follow me.
I think that's obvious, all the tales you told her before you came home.
We're only friends.
Oh?
I was lodging at their house for a bit.
Ah, that's what she told me. Are you sure you're only friends?
Honest, there's nothing serious between us.
What did you want to tell her all those fairy tales for?
Well, it seemed harmless.
Whispering pines. Ooh.
Hey, did you tell her I lived here?
Did I? Because like I had to pump her first to find out what you told her.
You were just a bit of a joke.
Aye, well, the joke's come to an end, young fella, my lad.
What do you mean?
Well, you'd no right to let her go on believing those tall tales all this time. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to arrange to meet her, and you are going to tell her the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Also, help me, Dennis.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening. Sorry to keep you, love. What can I get you?
Oh, I was wondering if I could use your phone, please, Mrs. Walker.
Certainly, love. If you're prepared to wait, Dennis Tanner's using it at the moment. Everybody seems to want to phone somebody today.
Well, I don't like asking you, really. Only the wholesalers have left something off my order and they close at 5:30. It is annoying.
Yes, I know exactly how you feel. I'll see if I can hurry him up.
Ta.
Of course, I don't mind you going to Coronation Street, Mavis. Yes, it was the cleaning woman that told me you'd called. Look, Mavis, I want to see you tonight. No, I'm afraid it's not convenient to take you to my home. Yes, it is my mother, in a way. No, the pub near my grandmother's, that wouldn't be a suitable place at all, no. No, I don't want us to be disturbed, like... what about in the big art gallery? Yeah, that's what I said, the big art gallery. All right, then, well, about what time shall we say?
You don't mean to say she still swallowed it after she'd seen you, did you?
Well, it wasn't up to me to put her straight, not until I sorted it all out with Dennis.
Have you talked with your Dennis, then?
We had what you might call a preliminary skirmish. I don't know. I told some tales during the war, but this lot of our Dennis has put them all in the shade.
Hey, I'll have to spin that little yarn when I fancy another little girl, won't I?
Hey, you're not the type. Oh, no, you've not got that nice refined air like our Dennis. I mean, he looks as if he lives in a big house with a lily pond and a lap of luxury with servants putting his horrible socks on for him. Dennis!
Hey, well, I never did like family conferences, so off it.
I'm not going to confer with him, love. Dennis!
There's no need to shout.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened? Did you lift the wool from that poor girl's eyes?
I've just phoned her up and arranged a meeting.
Where?
In the art gallery.
The art gallery? You're not going to tell her you live there, are you?
Well, it was the first place that came into my head.
Yes, well, just as long as you put that poor girl straight once and for all.
You know, it was lovely weather all the time, and for what use I made of it, I might just as well have left me overcoat at home.
It is a nice spot if you get a bit of decent weather.
Oh, some old resorts, you know, they have old age pensioners weeks early on.
Oh, I know
Very nice too.
I know quite a few that wouldn't go away at all if they could get away early.
Bags of fresh air and not many people to share it with. It gives you an appetite and all. But you know what, Jack? You get used to your own brand of beer, don't you?
I'll tell the brewery you said that. They'll send you a medal.
They're probably making out of bottled tops.
They are, Albert. I think it's you again. You can have another, Frank?
No thanks.
Come on, it's my show.
Get away with you, lad.
All right, then. That's one I owe you.
Well, have it your own way. As a matter of fact, I've got to dash off. I've got to meet somebody.
Aye, not Mrs. Forsyth Jones, is it?
Hey, shut up, she'll hear you.
No, I don't like being late for appointments. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, lad.
Ah, hello, there you are.
You looking for me, lad?
Well, not exactly, no. You're just a bit of a slippery customer to get hold of these days.
Oh, am I still trailing the seaweed, then?
Don't kid me, you've been swimming.
No, I didn't get out that far.
Well, what about having a drink with me now that I have found you?
Well, I can't stop. I'm in a bit of a hurry, you
Why?
see.
What's wrong?
Well, I've got something to meet, you see, Ken.
Dad, what are you up to?
Wouldn't you like to know?
So you are cooking something up then?
Yes, lad, I am up to something, and you might as well know now as later on. I'm thinking of buying myself a do-it-yourself shop.
Oh, I see. Taking a bit on, though, aren't you?
Now, don't you start this doddering old man talking.
No, I didn't mean it like that, Dad. But how are you going to run a business and do 8 hours a day at the post office?
Oh, the post office? Well, I'm thinking of packing it up. Ta-ra, lad.
Sure.
I'd rather hoped you were taking me up to Whispering Pines tonight to meet your parents.
Now, Mavis, I did say as how it wasn't convenient over the telephone, didn't I? And besides, there's one or two things I ought to tell you before I take you to my home.
Are you sure it's got nothing to do with your mother being nervous?
Oh, I'm sure about that.
I suppose the truth is, you don't think I'll come up to her expectations.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that, love. I don't know quite how to put it.
There must be some reason for not taking me.
Mavis, there's something you
Come
shouldn't...
to think of it, that cleaning woman at your grandmother's, she seemed to be holding back all the time.
Oh, flipping heck.
Oh, and I've been looking forward to it all so much. The big pillars at the front door, and the lily pond, and the grapevines in the conservatory, and all your Alsatians.
Yeah, well, it's about that I wanted to talk to you about.
To tell me I'm not good enough for it.
No, Mavis.
I must say I was expecting a different sort of a welcome. I mean, the way me and my mum were hospitable to you. And Mum not even taking any rent off you all the 3 months you were with us.
Oh, now, don't say that, Mavis. We're very hospitable here in the north.
Well, you can't blame me for thinking, well, I meant something rather special to you.
You did. I mean, you do, only...
We may not live in a very big house, but it was home to you while you were with us. And we...
Oh, don't cry, Mavis. Please don't cry. You know, I do appreciate the way you and your mum looked after me. Oh, for heaven's sake, stop crying.
It's not a bit like I thought it would be.
Here, love, blow. Oh, no. Blow on me, Yankee. Go on. That's it. Now, Mavis, it all began when... I'll tell you what, Mavis. Let's go to pictures, eh? And then we're going to have something to eat in a smashing little club. I know it's quite select. We'll have a marvellous night out. What do you say, eh?